very good morning, guys. I am from Tyrite Solutions. So in this Pack 365 series, in the React part, we are going to see that how the state and hook concepts are useful in the React and what is the purpose of this state and hook concept. So let me start this. So let me create a text document here, first of all. So let me create a text document here. So I'm saying 21st July, 21st July 2025. So now here we will be seeing that what is this state and hook concept. So let me write the state state and hook concept, hooks concept of React. So concept of React. So state and hook concepts of React. So now here we will seeing that why this state and hook concepts are utilized. So React came with the concept with the concept of state. State is state is an unique state is an unique thing in React in React. It constantly it constantly monitor the changes, monitor the changes, and then the same change is reflected on the HTML page, on the HTML page. It means on the HTML page. It means whatever the changes, whatever the changes is, whatever the changes is happening, that is stored in a container, and that container is hook. Any changes in HTML will be captured by the hook, and then it is re, re, rendered on the HTML page, So always remember this thing that state state performs the changes, and to deliver or to deliver the changes on the web page, we need hooks. So let me create a basic project to explain you in detail. So here I'm just importing my folder in the VS Code, and here I'm going to create, and here we are going to create a new project. Here we are going to create a new project. Let me create a new project. So to create a new project, the command to create a new project inside of White is npm create White @latest is the command. Now it will ask me for the project name. So here I am giving 02 counter. Framework I am selecting as React, and TypeScript, I'm selecting a JavaScript. So now you will be seeing that my 0 to counter project is ready. But here one thing is missing, that is node module folder. So to install that node module folder, first of all, we have to go inside this project 0 to counter. So after that here npm install, we have to give here the command to install the node module folder. So now you will be seeing that here a node module folder below this 0 to counter will be created. So here now 0 to after below this 0 to counter, we have this node module folder. 0 to counter. Yeah, so now what we have to do is, for a moment, just cut me down all the previous files here. Okay. So now, first of all, just for a demo purpose, let's see whether our project is running successfully or not. So to run a project, first of all, we have to go inside the project to 0 to. So after that, here we have to run the project. So to run a project, what we have to do, npm run dev. Why? Because dev represents the development server here. So now let me run this one. So here you will be seeing that whatever the things we are getting on the web page, that is due to my app.jsx. App.jsx. So this is the code, this is the file which is responsible for the things right now. So let me remove all these things from here. So the moment I'm removing all those things, you will be seeing that nothing is coming on the screen. If I remove, yeah, if I refresh, so nothing is coming right now on the screen. So now let me write here H1 and I am saying hello friends, hello friends. So now let's see whether this hello friends is coming on the screen or not. So here hello friends is coming on the screen. That means our server is working perfectly fine. So now here, so now here, let me first of all prepare a basic HTML file to explain you the concept of this state and hook. So to prepare a basic HTML, first of all, I'm giving H1 and here I'm saying with me, react with me. Then here I'm giving H2 and counter value. I am writing counter value. Then here I am writing, I'm creating two buttons. First one, I am saying add value, add values, add values. Then after that, here I'm saying another button I'm creating and I'm saying reduce values, reduce values. So after that, here paragraph tag I am opening and I'm saying footer. Okay. Now let's see whether these things are displaying on the screen or not. So sorry, I stopped my server. So let me run the server once again. So to run my development server, what we have to do is, So to run the development server, first I have to go inside the project. So cd0 to counter. So after that, here I have to give the npm run dev. So now npm run dev. So let me click here. So now everything will be coming on the screen. Whatever we have typed inside this app.jsx, that is coming on the screen. So after that here, yeah. So now what we have to do is the next is, let me scroll it down. So my next target is something I want to display here, some values I want to display here. Okay, so what I have to do is, first of all, I'm creating a variable. I'm saying let counter is equals to suppose 50. Now, my screen is something like this. Now, this 15 I want to represent here also, as well as at the footer part also. So how I can do it? So always remember this thing, that to fetch a value from a any variable, that is called variable injection in the React. So see, I have a counter that it has a value 15. Now I want to inject that value to my HTML page. So to inject that values to the HTML page, what we have to do is we have to put a curly brackets, and inside this curly or flower bracket, what we have to pass is the variable, whatever I have, counter variable I have, and wherever we want to counter value also I have to pass here, and here also counter I am giving. Then at the footer part also I have to pass. So here also I am giving the counter. So now you will be seeing that all way 15 is now coming. Fine, everyone. So now if I click on this add value or this reduce, see right now we don't have any gap between these two buttons. Fine, all these two buttons are now they are closely attached. So now to provide a gap between these two buttons, what we have to do is put a curly bracket, and inside the curly bracket give quotations and space. So now you will be seeing that now we have some gap between the two buttons. So now what my idea is to put a functionality that whenever I click on this add value, the value should be incremented by 1, and whenever I click on this reduce value, the value should be decremented by 1. Okay, so now what how I can implement this functionality? So to implement that functionality, what we have to do is I'm calling a function here. I'm saying I'm calling a function. Here I'm writing, first of all, a simple const. I'm giving add value, and I'm writing an arrow function here. And arrow function I'm writing. So now inside this arrow function, I am saying whatever the counter value we have, I will call here counter, and here is counter is equals to counter plus 1, and I'm saying console.log. Let me return this counter value. Yeah, fine. So now, let me refresh this once and see what happens this time. So now if I click on here, nothing is happening. Okay, fine. Why? Because here I have used console.log. So, so now let me refresh it, and then let me inspect and see at the console part that how things are going on. So now if I click here in the console part, and the moment I will click on this add value, it will be incremented. So now if I click on this add value, it is not working. Why not working? Because here because here we have not called that function. We have not attached that function with the button. So whenever my intention is whenever I click on this add button, this add value function should be execute. So to execute that function, what we have to do is we have to call it here. So to attach that function with the button, on click event we have to use. So on click and here I'm giving add value. So the moment I'm attaching that function, let me run this and let me refresh it once. Now this time, if I click on this add value, the output is coming with us. Fine. So you will be seeing that the moment I clicking on this add value, each value is incremented by one. So this is the thing. But now what my target is, I don't want the incremented value in the console part. I want that incremented value to be displayed on the HTML page. So here comes the utilization of state and hooks. So now as per the definition, what we have to do is, as per the definition, what we are going to do here is, as per the definition, what we discussed is state is going to make it possible the changes, and with the help of React, we are going to deliver it in the web page. Okay, fine. So now let's create a state here. So always remember, let me clean all the code first of all, the previous ones. Okay. So always remember this: to create a state in the React, the structure or the syntax is const. Then first of all, I have to pass a variable. I am passing counter. And here I have to call a function, set counter, or whatever the function you want to call. Here we have to initialize a hook. Why we need to initialize a hook? We need to initialize the hook because here, first of all, what is the initial value or initial condition of our web page that we have to display? So to display the initial condition of the web page, we have to use the use state hook here. And here I'm passing a value 15 or whatever the value you want to pass. So now let's see what happens this time. So now if I run this code and here, let me refresh it. So this add value is not defined because we are not, we have called here add value and I removed that function from there. So let me remove this function from here. So now you will be seeing that here, all things are coming as it is. Fine, 15, 15 and every value from each part, the value is reflecting. So now here we have not defined this counter value. We have initialized this use state and it is giving me this initial condition. And remember this initial condition is nothing but it is stored inside my counter value variable only. Fine. So now to make this happen, so here once again I'm writing const add value, add, here I'm saying value, and here I'm creating an arrow function. And once again, I'm calling this set counter function, set counter. And here, this variable, every time I will increment. And once again, with the help of this on-click event, with the help of on-click event, on-click event, on-click event, I'm going to call the add value function here. So now let's see whether my code is working perfectly or not. So let me refresh this once. And if I click on here, add value, so now it is going to increment it. So let me check what's problem happening here. So here, use it. Okay, I given here a string, so that's why it is not calculating. So integer I have to pass so that it will keep on adding. So now if I once again refresh this once, so now if I click on this add value, so now it is incremented to 16, 17, 18 each and every time. So previously, remember this thing that pre if you give inside the string, so addition will not be possible here. So that's why if you run this code here this time, so if you run here, so one is coming, then again one, then again one, then again one is coming. So here let me remove this one. So now the integer value will be calculated. So now if I click here, so each and every value is incremented by one. And so now in the same way, let's us design the function const reduce value. I'm saying reduce value and here I'm saying once again set counter, set counter. and I'm calling the counter value minus 1. So now at this stage, at this point, what we have to do is we have to call this reduce value function as we click on this reduce button. So on click event once again, and here I have to call the reduce value. So now once again, if I click here reduce value, it is going to reduce the value. So this was, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and this was the this was the concept related to state and hook, and how we are going to utilize state and hook in the React. So thank you guys. Thank you for enjoying this Pack 365.